Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about taming that wandering mind. We'll be breaking down the practical science behind mindfulness, pulling insights straight from the book Mindfulness, Unwind, De-stress, and Focus Your Mind to show you exactly how to switch from living on autopilot to being fully present. All right, let's kick things off with a feeling I'm pretty sure we've all had. You know that moment you pull into your driveway and suddenly realize you have absolutely no memory of the last 10 minutes of the drive? That feeling? That is your brain on autopilot. It's the perfect example of what the book calls mindlessness. And this really gets to the heart of what we're talking about. On one side, you've got that mindless state. You're distracted, maybe stuck in your head worrying about the future or replaying the past. You're on autopilot. But on the other side, you've got mindful. That's when you're right here in the present, totally aware and open to what's happening. So, what is actually happening up there in our brains when we're on autopilot? It's not just that you're spacing out, there's a specific and pretty powerful neural network that's taking over. It's called the default mode. And what's so wild is how scientists even found it. They were doing brain scans, expecting to see people's brains quiet down when they were told to just rest. But instead, they found this whole network just lit up. It's like our brain's baseline hum is this constant self-focused chatter.
So what's this default mode so busy doing? Well, it's basically your brain's internal simulator. It's replaying that awkward thing you said in a meeting, it's planning your vacation, and it's definitely trying to figure out what your boss really meant in that email. It's always processing the world in relation to you.
And here's the paradox, right? This ability to plan and simulate, it's a huge evolutionary advantage. It's what helps us learn and survive. But in our modern world, when it just runs and runs unchecked, it can trap us. We get stuck in these loops of worrying about the future or stewing about the past, and we totally miss what's happening right now. Okay, so if our brain's default setting can cause all that stress, how in the world do we change the channel? Well, that brings us to the solution. Let's get a really clear definition of mindfulness. Now, this is so important because a lot of people get this wrong. Mindfulness isn't about trying to empty your mind or stop your thoughts. I mean, good luck with that, right? No, it's simply about choosing to pay attention to what's happening right now, the sounds around you, the feeling of your breath, and doing it with an attitude of curiosity, not judgment. Think of it this way. Your brain's default mode is like a strong river current, always pulling you into thoughts about the past or the future. Mindfulness is the mental muscle you build that allows you to drop an anchor, right here, right now, in the present moment. It's how you consciously shift out of autopilot. Okay, so how does this actually work in practice? How does just paying attention give you so much power over that chattering mind? This right here, this is the absolute game changer. Instead of being completely lost in your anger or your anxiety, mindfulness helps you take a step back and just observe it. You can say, there's the feeling of anger. That tiny bit of space, that's everything. It gives you the power to choose how to respond instead of just automatically reacting. And hey, this isn't just some nice, fluffy idea. The book points to a mountain of scientific evidence. We're talking over 7,000 research studies that show real, tangible benefits. Everything from less anxiety and better heart health to even improving our relationships. The proof is there. This quote from the Buddha just nails it. We can talk about the definitions and the science all day long, but at the end of the day, mindfulness isn't a concept you just understand with your head. It's an experience you have to feel for yourself. So how do we start having that experience? Well, the book breaks down the entire practice into 3 really simple, really memorable keys. Aspiration, awareness, and attitude. You can think of them as the why, the what, and the how of mindfulness. When you put these 3 together, they create a really powerful and lasting shift. So first up is aspiration. This is your why. It's your motivation for even trying this. Maybe you just want to feel less stressed out, or maybe you want to be more present for your family. That intention, that desire, that's the fuel for your practice. Next is awareness. This is the what you're actually doing. It's the simple act of noticing when your mind has wandered off, and then gently, guiding it back to right here, right now. Maybe you bring your focus back to the feeling of your breath going in and out. And finally, attitude. This is the how. And honestly, it might be the most important part. It's about how you pay attention. So when you notice your mind has wandered, and trust me, it will, you don't beat yourself up. You just treat it with a sense of kindness and curiosity, like, oh, there it goes again.
That acceptance is key.
Now, the great thing is, you don't need a special cushion or a silent retreat to get started. You have everything you need to begin right now, in this exact moment. In fact, let's try a simple, direct experience together.
Let's just try this little exercise from the book. Right now, wherever you are, just bring your awareness to your body. What's your posture like? And hey, don't fix it. Don't judge it as good or bad. Just notice. Can you feel the tension in your shoulders? The feeling of your feet on the floor? That's it. You just had a moment of mindfulness.
And that really brings us to our big final question. See, mindfulness won't magically change all the difficult things in your life, but what it can do is profoundly change your relationship to them. So by learning to relate to your own experience with a little more kindness and a little more awareness, can you maybe transform the mundane, everyday moments into something precious? That's the potential that's waiting inside every single moment.